Have you ever looked at a map of Antarctica and wondered what secrets lie beneath all that ice? For centuries, it's been a symbol of desolate, frozen emptiness. But what if that was all a lie? What if the ice wasn't just a natural formation, but a prison, a seal, holding something ancient and powerful in check? Well, the seal just broke. It started with a tremor, a crack that raced across the massive ice wall of Antarctica. Scientists, monitoring from thousands of miles away, dismissed it at first. Climate change, they said. Another catastrophic melt. They watched as a chunk of ice the size of a small country sheared off and plunged into the ocean. It was a tragedy for the planet, but it was also a beginning, because what the churning, newly exposed water revealed was not more ice, not more frozen rock, but something impossible. As the satellite imagery sharpened, the world's leading geologists and glaciologists fell silent. What they were seeing defied all known science. Beneath where the ice wall had stood for millennia, a network of tunnels crisscrossed the continent, and they were glowing. A soft, ethereal blue light pulsed from deep within the earth, illuminating structures that shouldn't be there. They weren't natural formations. They were geometric, deliberate. Ancient cities, perhaps, or something far, far stranger. Initial probes sent to investigate confirmed the impossible. They captured fleeting images of life forms that had never seen sunlight. Bioluminescent creatures that swam not in water, but through the very air of these subterranean caverns. Flora that pulsed within a light, creating vast, glowing forests beneath the frozen surface. The world was in an uproar. Humanity had just discovered a hidden ecosystem, a secret world teeming with life, locked away under 3 miles of solid ice. It was the greatest discovery in human history, but the celebration was short-lived. Because then came the pulse. It wasn't seismic. It wasn't geological. It was metallic, rhythmic, and impossibly powerful. Deep inside the ice, something had just awakened. It beat like a heart, a colossal heart that sent vibrations rippling through the planet. Seismographs went wild. Compasses spun erratically. Scientists were baffled. This wasn't a natural phenomenon. It was artificial. It was a signal, and it was a warning. Almost immediately, the planet began to change. Strange, violent storms erupted out of nowhere, not just in the polar regions, but across the equator. Hurricanes formed in the placid Mediterranean. Blizzards buried the Sahara Desert in snow. The weather systems of the world had been thrown into complete chaos. And then came the lights. Auroras, but not as we know them. Shimmering curtains of green, purple, and crimson light filled the night sky, not just at the poles, but everywhere. People in Rio, in Tokyo, in Cairo, stared up at the heavens in awe and terror. The sky itself seemed to be breaking apart. All communication with the research stations in Antarctica went dead. One moment, they were reporting frantic, panicked data about the pulse growing stronger. The next, silence. Every channel, every frequency, every satellite link on. The entire continent was cut off, a ghost on the bottom of the world. The nations of the world scrambled their military forces, their best scientific minds. What was happening? Was it an attack? An invasion? Or something worse? And then the message came. It didn't arrive via email or broadcast. It simply appeared on every screen on Earth, every phone, every television, every computer monitor, every digital billboard in Times Square. They all flickered and went black. And then a single line of text appeared in every language known to man. It read, "You have broken the seal. The world must remember what it buried." And then nothing. The screens returned to normal. The storms raged on. The lights in the sky continued their silent, terrifying dance. But the message hung in the air, a collective chill that ran down the spine of all 8 billion people on the planet. The seal. What seal? Buried. What had we buried? Our history books held no answers. Our oldest myths and legends offered only whispers of a forgotten age, of ancient gods and terrible wars that reshaped the world. Were these just stories? Or were they memories? Memories we had deliberately forced ourselves to forget. The implications were staggering. Antarctica wasn't a continent, it was a cage. The ice wasn't a result of a natural ice age. It was a meticulously constructed prison, designed to last eons. And we, in our ignorance, had just picked the lock. Whatever was trapped under the ice, whatever ancient power, or entity, or civilization our ancestors had feared so much that they buried it at the bottom of the world, was now free. The pulse from beneath the ice grew stronger, a steady, planetary heartbeat. A countdown. The silence from the South Pole wasn't an absence of signal. It was the silence of a predator that has just been released, and the world was its new hunting ground. We are so proud of our history, of our ascent as the dominant species on this planet, but we were just living in the calm after a storm we'd forgotten ever happened. The storm is back, and we are about to remember what we buried. What do you think was sealed beneath the ice? An ancient civilization? A technological being? Or something our minds can't even comprehend? Let me know your theories in the comments below. This story is just beginning, and we'll be following it every step of the way. If you want to uncover the truth of what was unleashed from Antarctica, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what happens next. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep looking up.